Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Spintires. So in this episode what we're going to do is see if we can get our garage unlocked that in our last episode we found, which is over here. So we've already and got our truck set up with 2 garage points of equipment in this one, and we've also got the trailer which has a further 2. So it's just a case of now we need to head off down back to the other side and see if we can get that unlocked. And what I am going to do real quick, so I'm just going to turn the sound down a little bit. There we go, it's a bit better. And away we go. So now we've got the trailer unlocked, it will actually create a lot more drag on our vehicle, so it won't be as easy to get through objects this time. So we'll just plow ourselves down. Now I did actually go on YouTube and have a look and see how accurate this is to a lot of log farming in Russia, and I was actually kind of surprised that yeah, this is pretty much how they do a lot of logging over in Russia, which is kind of impressive to say the least. Okay, so we're going to get our 4-wheel drive going, and I am going to put my diff locks on just to give me that extra grip going through. And of course, the more and more we go up and down this road, the more treacherous this section is going to be, and elsewhere as well. Come on. Come on. This game is very addictive, by the way. I do apologise if you do start playing it and you lose many an hour, but the fun is awesome. Okay, so we're out of that, so I'm just going to get the diff locks turned off. I'm just going to leave the 4-wheel drive on for the minute, just until we start getting a bit of momentum going. Which we seem to be struggling a little bit. And trailers definitely add a lot more weight on. There we go. Just get some RPMs going. Come on. Might not be the quickest, but movement going forward is better than no movement at all, so we'll just keep pushing and pushing. So this is the overhead camera, which seems to still be really loud on sound, even though we've got the sound turned down really low, but still. So I believe this is actually one of the camera options that they put in either the last patch or a recent patch. It wasn't in when I was playing it quite actively. Okay, we're gonna get our 4-wheel drive off. Just try and lower our fuel usage down a lot. Now, on normal mode, fuel isn't that big of a deal. You know, as long as you can get near a garage, really doesn't make that much of a difference. On hardcore mode, it makes a huge difference. So here we go. So, down in the water. Come on. Come on. Come on. So in hardcore mode, it does make a huge difference, your fuel. You've got to be very mindful of what fuel you're using and when. The only thing I will say about this camera view, it'd be a lot better if they do incorporate the camera view inside the cockpit rather than actually looking down per se over the top. But if you're very easily, let's get the diff locks off but keep the all-wheel drive. If you're very easily getting into where you get motion sickness, it will give you motion sickness very quickly. And there we go. So we've made the road. Get our all-wheel drive off now. But at least it is an improvement over what we had before, where we just had the external camera, and even that seems to have been improved a lot compared to what was there before. And over the bridge we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. In fact, I'm just going to have a quick look. Keep hitting wrong button. So I'm just going to come back to normal camera now. We're going to go down the road a little bit more. Yeah, I was on YouTube watching the actual logging of what they actually do logging wise, and it's quite impressive. It's quite insane as well. It's you've got to give it to the Russians. They don't believe in the philosophy of you can't. They believe in the philosophy of everything's possible. I'm convinced of it because some of the stuff that they do is just mind-bogglingly crazy. Okay, so we just get past. Here we go. So that's it now. So we are going to have to put the diff locks on. So we just got a bit of a hill to climb. And then once we actually drive within the circle, and you can see there it says garage locked 0 of 4, but we actually have 4 points worth of garage items. So once we drive in the circle, or the square in this case, of the garage, it will actually get the garage unlocked for us. And this is a very slow but methodical pace up the hill. Oh, gives us an option to unload it. So it's not automatic. So unload. So we have lost our trailer, but we've now unlocked this garage, which means we can now use this garage to actually change our layouts. We've got another vehicle there now, so we can use that for exploration and actually make this back into the ability to make or carry log, should I say, so we can start getting the logging part done once we've got that open. Alrighty, so what I think we'll do, we'll jump into the other vehicle. And that's quite easy. I do like the way that you can actually jump around your vehicles. So you just press your F1 to bring your map up, and then all your vehicles are here, and you just double click the vehicle you want. So we don't want highway, we want the default wheels. Do we want beacons? Oh, we can put the carriage protect on. Why not? There we go. So have some flashing beacon. In fact, no, because that is just going to annoy the crap out of me. Right, so we don't need a trailer. Okay, so what I think we're going to do is we're going to head down here and then see if we can start making a way off-road or find a different road to get into this area. Try and either get this cloak done or this cloak removed. And then we'll see where we go from there. And away we go. And nice and steady down the hill we go. I'm going to put my all-wheel drive on and we'll get the diffs on before the object. And then it's a case of a bit of gas and hope that we can get up the hill. Okay, so we'll leave the four-wheel drive on for the minute. We'll get the diffs off. In fact, we can get the four-wheel drive off now as well. Okay, so we've got a major artery going off to this direction. So I think we'll start heading four-wheel drive back on. In fact, diff back on as well. Seem to be struggling a little bit. So I think we'll head off in this direction, see if we can start getting across to our other point and see if we can get it unlocked at least, and then we know where we're going. We could just go back and start getting the logs loaded and start heading logs out this way, but I always personally, if I can, is always try and unlock a map as much as possible before actually committing to myself to an actual way of going, because with this game I find that you get so many different ways that you can actually go. Some are better, some are worse, some will make you just tear your hair out. Come on. Try and keep my vehicle level as much as possible. Okay, so we'll have a look at the map so you can see that we've opened a huge chunk now. Now I want to see if I can come around here. This road looks like it's bending around to the right. I'm hoping that's what it's going to do, and then start heading further up, per se, north to the map. And I think that's exactly what it's doing. This looks like it's like a bit of a main road all the way up. Now what I am doing is I'm also keeping an eye out because there is a cloak area, and there it is. Is there a road that goes into that? All the cloaks seem to have an actual roadway that goes to it. I don't think... I'm not sure if that's it or not. But I think that looks to be a road just coming up. That may get us to the cloak. That is going to get us there, but I'm going to take a few trees out with us as we go. Come on. And what I'm trying to do is avoid boulders as much as possible. Ah, there we go. Okay, so... Oh, wow. That took a huge chunk out. So that definitely is the road going up north, but that looks like to be a roadway there, so we could possibly use that to get the logs over, so that I'd cut all this down. But the shortest way doesn't always seem to work on this game, where it'll catch you out. Doesn't always seem to be the wisest choice to go. So if we go this way, preferably without like damaging ourselves too much. See if we can just sneak through here. And that'll put us back to the road that we were on. And away we go. Let's see if I can get our diff locks off. See if we can just travel a little bit without them. We are going. I do believe that they have changed this map a lot. I don't remember this map being laid out in the way that it is now. Or it could be that it's just been that long since I was last on it. Or they've changed the dynamics of the traction. And I remember this being a lot more when you was over this side. This being a lot more of a fight to get things up here. And I see a log cabin. Okay, so that's one of our objectives. So we have found that. So what we could do with now is trying to get rid of the cloak, and I can see it. And I can see the cloak, so I think what we'll do, just see if we can just gently coax our way over. He says trying to always avoid rocks as much as possible, and that's why. Okay, so not to worry, because what we can do is we can click advanced, and then around our vehicle you will actually see points of which you can actually winch from. So once you've clicked your winch, you can then find another tree that is within distance, and I don't see absolutely any. Oh yeah, there we go. Alrighty. So what we can do then is once you've clicked on your points, you can actually move the vehicle and hopefully get yourself out of trouble, like so. so we can get over that rock. Here we go. I can squeeze through that one there. What I'm trying to do is make sure that I don't go off the track too far, because I don't particularly want to go all the way down that hill. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, guys. So we've done quite a lot. We've managed to get our garage open. We've opened a lot more of the map, so we only actually have 2 more cloaks that we need to remove. And I think our next episode, now we've got this where it's a lot more open, we can actually get our 4320 all the way back over to our garage. I'm going to run as light as possible to get back to our garage. We'll get our logging equipment back on, get down to our lumber yard, and at least get the first object completed. So as always, guys, if you got any comments, throw them down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. It does help a huge amount. So if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, be safe, take care, and make sure you have lots of fun. See you soon.